Hello, my name is Bryony and I'm a member of the London Mozart Players. I play the viola, which is an instrument that fits between the violin and cello, and this is an instrument that I hold up here, which means you can imagine I probably have a few physical problems. So for you guys who are starting to play new instruments, you definitely want to warm up your body before you start, and also do stretches while you're taking a break from your practice, and just, make sure that you're really looking after your body just as much as you might be looking after your instrument. So today, what I'm going to do is take you through 10 dynamic warm-ups, which you can do before you start playing, and then I'm going to take you through 5 stretches, which is something that you might want to do in one of your practice breaks, or just after practice if you're feeling a bit sore. So, the first one we're going to do is neck rolls. So I'll get you to join me in tilting your neck to let your ear drop towards one of your shoulders. And then we will tilt our head to the other side and just feel a really nice stretch in the neck there. And you can repeat this as many times as you want, but I'm going to go on to dipping my head. I'm going to put my chin to my chest and just let the neck relax all the way to the ground. And you should feel a really nice stretch in the back of your neck there. And then we'll raise our neck or our head all the way to the ceiling and just really feel the stretch in the front of your neck there. So the neck muscles are really important to make sure that they're warm before you start playing. Doesn't matter whatever instrument you're about to pick up. So the next one we're going to do is what I like to call spider fingers. So we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to just tap them lightly on our skull. And this just allows you to feel a sensation in your fingers. And you can do it with your hands at the same time or alternating your hands. You can explore down your back, touch your shoulders a bit, and then you can come back up here. And that's just going to give you a really nice sense of what your fingertips feel like. And then we're going to do some karate chops. So what you want to do is create your karate chopping hand and just do a karate chop into your shoulder. Sounds a bit weird, but it feels really nice. And this is a really nice way to just wake your shoulders up a little bit and also wake up the side of your hands. So we'll just do that on the other side to even it up. You can sort of extend your elbow back as well if you like, just to cover all areas of your shoulders. And then, now that our shoulders are starting to get warmed up, we're going to just do a few backstrokes. And this is just to really fight that feeling that you might get from doing the opposite feeling of this. So we want to really open the chest up. And yeah, you can imagine that you're doing some backstroke in a swimming pool. And then just to even it out, we'll do some windmills or some freestyle going forward. And this is just to really wake up all of those shoulder joints, because they're obviously going to be moving quite a lot when you're playing your instruments. And our next one is actually one of my favorites. I learned this when I was quite a lot younger, so I used to call it the washing machine. But I've heard now that it's actually called knocking on heaven's door, and it's something that you often do in yoga. So what we're going to do is we're going to just feel loose in our knees and just start to swing your body from one side to another. And you can just feel your arms being very much like a ragdoll, and you can just let them be led by the movement of your body from your core, and you can just really let them swing right the way out. And what I find is that they start to really hit my body, which is a nice, slightly strange, but a nice thing. And you might even find that things click out of place. My shoulders certainly do click out. And that's okay too, just as long as they don't go too far. And you want to just feel like your shoulders are nice and loose now. And this is a really good one for feeling like you can transfer the weight into your hands and into your arms. And so we're going to follow on with that into cross-body arm stretches. So we're going to swing our arm diagonally, like this. And what the important thing about this is that you can use gravity, basically, to just swing your arm up and down. And again, this is something, especially for people who play bow instruments, you might end up using a similar, slightly varied movement to actually bow on your instrument. And just to even it out, we're going to do on this side as well. And just really feeling gravity do the work, which is, yeah, rather nice actually. And so then, of course, our wrists are very important, and you want to be able to wake up your wrists before you're going to put them under pressure. So I have a combination of moves for you to do this. We're going to do stop right now. For some of you, you might recognize that. Others, just think about it as stop. And then to balance that, we're going to do some zombie arms. And so this is just going to let us stretch the tendons in our wrists and in our forearms. So that's all feeling rather nice now. And then I'm just going to do some shoulder rolls. So again, just really finding a nice movement, especially in your shoulder blades, to just really get this nice feeling of opening up in the chest. Because basically for any instrument that you play, you want to approach it when you get to this part of the movement. So you're really nice and open in your body. So that's feeling good. And then finally, one more. We're going to do a figure of 8 in our wrists. And you can do that one at a time or both at a time. And this is just to get the rotation of the wrist, because of course we're going to be doing a lot with our hands for whatever instrument we're playing. And I was wrong. We now have the final one. So this one is one of my favorites. It's a Ragdoll Stretch. So what you're going to do is you want to have your feet about hip width apart, and you're just going to fold over all the way to the ground. But the important thing is to imagine that you're a ragdoll. So you want to really fold from right here. And then just exhale and fold your way over. You can just let your hands drape towards the ground and your head just relax. Everything should feel quite nice and relaxed here. You might even feel the blood come to your head a little bit. And then what you're going to do is just slowly rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae, and really feel the way that the spine is coming into alignment. You can feel really good. And with that, you should be ready to pick up your instrument and get playing. So now let's imagine that you're halfway through your practice session and you might be feeling a bit sore. You're using all of these new muscles that you possibly didn't know you had. These 5 stretches will hopefully help you to just stretch those muscles out a little bit and make you feel a bit better. So the first stretch will be helpful if you have an empty wall to stretch against, but I'm just going to imagine I have one right here. And so what you want to do is put your arm up against the wall, sort of creating a right angle here. And to deepen the stretch, you just want to look the other way. And this should be really nice through your pecs. Don't overextend too far, but you just want to do it so that you feel a nice stretch through here. And that should be especially nice for all of our string players who are reaching forward. And then of course, you can do it on the other side as well. So just putting our arms up, and to deepen the stretch, you can look in the other direction, and that should be really nice. Oh, I'm feeling very nice and stretched now. So the next few stretches are really helpful if you have a yoga mat, or if you're just willing to get your hands a bit dirty, because we're going to go on the floor. So the first one we're going to do is the classic cat-cow yoga stretch. So we're going to be on all fours. I've got my shoulders directly above my wrist, and to be a cat, we're going to exhale and just bring the center of our back to the ceiling as much as possible. And you can really tuck your chin in, and that should really feel very nice in the back as you stretch everything. And then as you inhale, you want to become a cow. And so deep breath in, and you can really feel that stretch, especially if you bring your head up a little bit as well. So that should feel really nice. So just to recap, a cat on an exhale and a cow on an inhale. Ah, very nice. And then we're going to do another one of my favorites, which is for our side body. So this is a shoulder stretch. What you want to do is stay in the same all fours position, but keep your left hand planted in the ground. Then I'm going to take my right hand, place it out directly in front of my left hand, sort of with my hand facing up like this on the side. And then I'm going to bump my hips back towards the left, bend my left elbow, and just feel a really nice stretch all the way through here. It should feel really good. And only go as far as you feel as good as, you don't want to have any pain, but it's a really nice stretch. And then just to do it on the other side, we'll plant our right hand, take our left hand, place it up in front of the right hand, and then just bump our hips back. And again, bumping it to sort of the right side to increase that real stretch. Oh, that does feel very nice. And then I couldn't do a video like this without doing my favorite yoga pose ever, which is the extended child's pose. So what you'll do is just extend the arms out in front of you, bring your big toes together and your knees as wide as your yoga mat, and then we'll just go back and lean into the stretch. And you can bring your head to the floor and reach your arms forward to increase the stretch. And this is a nice time to just let your mind be calm and just feel the nice stretch. So our final stretch today is a crescent stretch. And you might recognize some of this stretch, but the one that I'm going to do for you is going to help you to get the maximum benefit of this stretch. So basically what we're going to do is reach our hands towards the sky, and my left hand is going to take my right hand, or my right wrist actually, and I'm just going to pull it over to the side. And now to deepen that stretch, I'm going to put my weight into my left foot and then just lift my right toe around to create a nice crescent. And you can hold this for as long as you like. You might lose your balance, and that's okay. Just come back to the stretch. And this is a really nice one for the side body as well. So just to even it out, we'll do it on the other side. So we'll reach up to the ceiling, and then my right hand is going to take my left wrist, and I'm going to put my weight into my right foot, and then just extend my left foot around, and again find that really nice crescent lunge. It's a very nice stretch. And that brings us to the end of our stretches. So I hope that these exercises will help you in your quest to become a proficient musician playing any instrument that you choose. They're really important to make sure that you don't injure yourself. It's a huge challenge for all of us as professional musicians as well, and it's something that is a really good thing to get into the habit of right from the very beginning. So good luck, and I'll see you later.